Hello, and welcome to Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kim Amber, and I play games so that you can decide if you'd like to play them as well. Because let's be honest, who wants to spend half an hour, 2 hours, even on a free game, playing it when you find out that you don't really like it? And don't even get me started on the amount you may have to pay to find that out. So hopefully my gameplay will help you decide if you'd like to play any of these games. Today the game is Baba Is You. I'm going to start with settings, which is a weird place to start, I know. But see how all of this is kind of wiggling? Oh, by the way, this is Baba. Hey, how you doing, Baba? The game designer, not going to try on a pronunciation of the name, he must have known somebody who had visual sensitivities, because in the settings, he set up a way to minimize that aspect of it so everybody can enjoy it. So you see how Baba's wobbling up there. If I disable the wobble effect, he's not doing that anymore. Disable particle effects, screen shake, particularly blinking colors. Those can be triggers for people who have epileptic conditions. So I think it's fabulous that he put this in here. Right now I'm going to leave all of these on. After I do the tutorial, I will turn them off. So if you have visual sensitivities, kind of ignore the tutorial for just a few minutes while I let everybody who can see them see the game effects as they were created. We're going to start a game. There are different types of sets of game levels. We're just going to play the regular game. And this is the intro. It's a little long, so I'm going to tell you about the game. If you have ever played a tabletop game, a card game called Flux, this game is very similar. It's a puzzle game, and it has very simple rules. But your gameplay can change those rules. So, how you play the game will determine how you actually manage to win each level or clear each level. You see some of these visual effects that are going on, particularly this next one, which is red, wiggly, almost strobe-like. Those can be severe triggers for some people. All right, we're going to go back to settings now real quick and turn off all of those possible triggering effects. And then go back to the game. Now, here are our rules. Baba is you. Flag is win. Wall is stop. Rock is push. Now, wall is stop. That makes sense to us. You can't walk through a wall. Your flag is your level ending condition. Flag is win. The flag is over here on the other side of this rock. And rock is push. So that tells us that we can actually just push the rock out of our way. Now gamers, give me a second, because some people who are looking at this it may be that they've never played a game online. I use mouse and keyboard, so obviously this is normal for me. I understand that, but not everybody does. Or they play a game specifically with a controller and may not have ever used the keyboard as their controls. So here are our move keys. All the arrows, that makes sense, right? But you can actually change these symbols into something that is more comfortable for you. I'm right-handed. I do use my mouse, not always for this game. There's things I can't actually use the mouse to do on this game, but I'm right-handed. So I want my mouse over on my right hand where it's most comfortable for me. To be able to use these keys on the right-hand side of my keyboard, not necessarily optimum for me. So most gamers know that you can change those keys in settings under controls and keyboard setup. You can change these keys to something that's more comfortable for you. Now this is the default, and these letters are default for most games nowadays. For up, we're going to do W, right is D, down is S, left is A. Up and down would also be forward and backward in a game where you have that functionality. If you're left-handed and you prefer for your mouse to be on the left, then all of these keys which are on the left-hand side of the keyboard may not be comfortable. So the arrow keys may be more comfortable for you, but you can change these keys. This is called a keybind. You can change these to whatever makes you most comfortable, regardless of which hand you use as your dominant hand. For example, if you want up to be represented by the letter U, you click here, hit the U key, and now U is going to be your up key. To make it simple, like the WASD, those 4 keys would be together. So your right would now become H, your left would be K, your down would be J. Simple, right? I'm going to reset these. Set this up however is most comfortable for you. Now, for those of you who like controllers, this game is partially controller supported, and your settings would be here. I don't use a controller for this game, so I'm not going to go into that. All right, now back to the game. I don't even remember where I was in this part. Baba's U flag is when we've pushed the rock, we go to the flag and we have completed that level. Lost track of what I was talking about because I went to settings. Like I was saying, the keyboard or the mouse, I can't actually click on any of this, so I have to use the keys to get to the next level. The default on this game for enter is actually the space bar. You may want to change that because the space bar has an almost default function in a lot of games, as does the key F. F is usually how you interact with something. So I wouldn't recommend key binding this game with an F because it'll just confuse you on the next game. If you wanted to keybind your enter to the enter key and not use the space bar, that probably makes sense too, because at least in a lot of the games I play, space bar is for jumping. All right, here's your rules. Baba is you. Wall is stop. We've got the words flag, is, and when. Now, based on the last time, flag is when was our level ending condition, but our flag is on the other side of the wall. We can't get to it, and the condition isn't set up. So, how do we fix this? Well, you can change the game. Just like Flux, the rule can change just by taking this stop and moving it out of the way. Now, wall is no longer stop, and we can get over here to the flag. All we have to do is set up the win scenario and then go back to the flag. Now, some of the conditions will change. Some of the things that you will have to do to get to that win condition, they change the further along you get. You do not have to go sequentially. Either one of these options or levels, because they're lit, you can use those and just move on along. Out of reach. Okay, I understand the out of reach here. It's been a while since I played these levels, or the game in general. So it may take me a minute to run through my head how each level works, and I guarantee you there will come a point in time where it'll take me a minute. I may even have to pause my recording so I can think about it. So, Baba is you, wall is stop, water is sink, rock is push, flag is win. Now, wall is stop, so I can't go around any of this. Baba is you. Water is sink. What does that mean? That's something new. This is what it means. Baba is now gone. There's no Baba. The level is over. I want you to notice how this space opened up when Baba went across. Doesn't help us right now because Baba's gone. But here's some more controls. Z is undo. The last thing you did, just back it up. I shouldn't say back it up, just undo the step that you made. Now that we're here, a Z will undo the last step before that. But sometimes you'll get further in on a game and you think about something that you should have done and it would be too difficult to recreate it. So we have the restart button. Single player, nobody's gonna know if you hit restart. And honestly, sometimes, like I said, it's just faster and easier to do a restart. Gives you a chance to say, no, it's okay. I'll just go on the way I'm going. All right, water is sync. If the water is sync, then we should be able to sync anything in the water. And just like when Baba did it, it opened up this space. So now we've got rock is push and flag is win. The flag is over here, and we could push the rock over here to open up this space or this space, whichever space you would like. But we only have one rock, so I still can't get to the flag without sinking Baba, or open up a channel to the flag without sinking both the rock and Baba. So how do I fix this? Well, the wall is stopped, so I can't go across, and here's a point that you kind of need to know. If the letters, words, blocks, whatever, are against the gameplay area or against an immovable function on the game board, you cannot change it. Like we did the wall is stop, we can't change water is sink. 2 reasons. First, I can't move any of these out of the way if I try to move them to the right. And the other thing is that Baba cannot pull anything. Baba can only push stuff. So if I were to push this rock into the corner, I now can't do anything with this rock. And I'm going to back it up. I don't need to, but I'm going to back it up anyway. So even if I could get to these, I can't pull them to change water as sink. I can't pull anything. Even if I could get past this wall, I can't get to wall is stop to change it. So how do we, my fingers were in the wrong positions. How do we fix it? Well, just like we got rid of the wall and just how we moved is and when to create the win situation, can't get to the flag, but we can get to the rock. So what if the rock is win? And there's our level. All right, that explains why it was out of reach, because the flag itself was out of our reach. Right here in the center, these show up periodically and they're bonus levels. The way you get to the bonus levels, I don't remember specifically because I haven't played that many of them. But after every level, we have been getting this dandelion up here. I'm not sure if you have to have a certain number of dandelions to open the bonus level, or if you have to have a certain number of these poinsettias to open up the level. It's possible, I don't remember for certain whether it's possible you buy the dandelion or the poinsettias with the dandelions. I don't remember for certain, so I'm going to let you figure that out. Meanwhile, we're going to go to 6. Off limits. All right. Oh. Okay, we've got rock is stop, skull is defeat, flag is win. Just a real quick, I haven't played some of these levels in a while. Like I said, you can jump back on to one that's further than the next sequential one. So, rock is stop, skull is defeat, flag is win, Baba is you, wall is stop. So my flag is over here, flag is win. I can't get to that flag because just like water was sink, flag is skull is defeat, my level is over. And unlike the sink, it doesn't open up an avenue. So even if I had a Baba, I can't get there. So we're going to undo that one. And instead of trying to get past that, we're going to try and get past the wall instead. Now that helps us in a way because we can get across here. But the flag is still up here for win. Rock is stop, so even though we can come over here, I can't get up in here to be able to change any of these. So flag has to be win, and there's nothing we can do about that. So here is something that is a lot of fun. Baba is you. Baba must be something, and you must be something. Now, Baba doesn't have to be you, and you don't have to be Baba. But this situation where Baba is, there must be something. Where is you, there must be something. So we're going to change this something. For example, what if we made wall is you? Now the problem here is that we can move the wall, but we can't move Baba anymore. However, because we can move the wall, I can actually move this wall. Well, now, this is a very good example. See, I was playing around the wall when I moved it, pushed wall is you. And now when I moved the wall, or Baba, anyway, what I did is I made neither Baba is you nor anything is you. So my level is over. I'm going to actually just restart this level because I showed you how you could make the wall you, but we can also make the wall Baba. Either way, you can now control that item, either the wall or Baba, and move the entire thing over. Now you saw that the skull did actually get rid of that Baba as we got there, but I can also move up, and that puts Baba on the flag and completes that level. And we're going to move on to this additional area. This area is called the lake. Trying to hit enter and enter's not working. All right, here are some rules. Flag is win. Baba is you and sink. That's a different situation for sink. Wall is stop. Jelly is sink. And then we have the word wall. Flag is win. Flag's over here. So, what does Baba is you and sink mean? Well, it means this. Baba will sink. Now he opens up the avenue a little bit, but there's no Baba to be you. So we're just going to back up and we're going to get rid of that ability. Now Baba won't sink and I can walk across this water all day long. Again, wall is stop. I can't move that. So even if I could move these words around, I can't actually pull them out of the way to change anything there. Jelly is sink. It's up against the game board, so I can't change that. Same as wall and same for flag. So I have to do something to either get to the flag or change the flag. I can't change the flag into anything because I don't have a connector. I have one connector word, but I don't have any way to make that flag into something else to move over there. So what I need to do is get over there in a different way. I would, in my mind, want to push this over to the flag, but if I do it, wall and jelly is sink, it's going to make it sink. On the other hand, it does open up the avenue. So just like the rock sinking, in this case, the jelly was, or the word wall is the one that sank against the jellies. All right, here's our rules. Skull is defeat. Baba is you. Flag is win. Star is sink. Rock is push. Wall is stop. Then we have a rock and a rock. Now, wall is stop. I can't get to there because the wall is stop. And even if I could, I can't move this. But the flag is on the outside of the wall. So I need to find some way to get to the flag so that I can win. A rock is pushed, so I'm going to move the rock out of the way. I'm looking at the word and, the word crab, because here's our crab over here, and Baba is you. I showed you that Baba can be more than one thing. So if I can make crab and Baba is you, then when I move, the crab will move as well. The crab's next to the flag, so I can win that way. So we already know what happens. Star is sink. If I move something over there, it sinks the star. So I can get rid of the star that way. But I still have this skull is defeat. So how do I get to the other side of the skull without dying? Unfortunately, it doesn't disintegrate either the skull or the rock, but the star is sink got rid of the rock. So what if the rock is sink? Now we've gotten rid of the skull is defeat, so we can come in here. I'm going to bring this and over here to make crab and Baba is you. But if I were to bring it in right now, it would push crab up against this wall, the word crab up against the wall, and then I would kind of be stuck. So I need to get the crab word out of my way. Move and up here so I can get that in place. Crab and Baba is you. Remember, wall is stop. When I move, crab moves with me. If I try to move again, Baba can't move, but the crab can. So when we get down here, crab and Baba is you is against a wall which can't move. Baba can't move, but the crab can. And that's how we finish this level. All right, I am going to kind of rush through this level because I'm coming up on the point where I think I want to end. Wall is you, flag is stop, Baba is you, star is defeat. We saw the star. We don't have anything to sink those stars. So here's where I was saying I want to find a way to get to the flag. So I'm going to push these pillars. Now the thing about pillar is push is that the pillar can push other things as well. We're going to move this all the way over to the flag. And then we're going to change some rules. I showed you that Baba can be multiple things. So we're going to make Baba and the pillar, not and the pillar, but we're going to make the pillar as you and Baba is you. Because as soon as we do, the pillar is here. If the pillar is Baba and Baba is you, you have completed the level. Sometimes it just takes a minute to actually think about it. Level 8 is called Locked In. All right. Wall is stop. Jelly is stop. Flag is win. Baba is you. Wall is defeat. So couple of things to notice. Wall is stop. I can change that. The problem is wall is also defeat. Right? So that's no good for us. But another thing to notice is there's no flag. So how do we get to flag to win if there is no flag? So we're going to have to change things. If the wall is stop, but there's no wall, then it doesn't matter if wall is defeat, right? Right. So, oops. Again, my fingers got out of the space. The wall is jelly. Now there's no defeat. Jelly is stop, not anymore. And I can go across the jelly. I have to figure out how to win without a flag. So now jelly is the flag. And I know I'm rushing, but I want to get to this next level. And then I've got to stop because I want to keep this at about 30 minutes. Now this one had me stuck for a while. Flag is rock, Baba is you, flag is win, wall is stop, and rock is stop. Very interesting thing here. Rock is stop and flag is rock, but we have a flag, so flag can't be rock. But as soon as we move, the rule goes into effect. Now flag is rock. I'm thinking, all right, so I just changed the rock to the flag so that I can have flag as win, right? The thing is, the rock is rock, so the rock cannot also be a flag. The rock is up against an immovable wall is stop. So I can't change that to pull it out to make rock is flag, so the flag is win. But even though I can't move it up and down, I can move it right to left. And I'm going to do that. Well, that was the wrong thing to do, wasn't it? I'm going to back up a little bit. What I want to do is get rid of this rock, that rock. Now rock is flag, the flag is on, and we've reached the next level. And I'm going to show this to you and let you play this one, because this one, I'm not sure how long ago I actually got through this one. It's a challenge. Baba is you, immovable. Wall is stop, immovable, so I can't do anything with Baba is you. Flag is push. That's great, except I can't push it far enough to get to the jelly, where the jelly is win. Can't push it any further because wall is stop. So I'm going to back this up again. Again, Baba can't pull things, so I can't get that out of my way. Flag is flag. So I can't make flag as jelly so that I can win, because flag is flag and I can't change that. And the flag is stop, so even if I could change the flag, I can't get past it. I can't change flag as stop because I can't get past it. I could make flag as jelly, but remember, flag is flag, so I can't make that. I wanted to see jelly is push, but I don't have anything. I can't get down to the jelly to push. That's an option. So you tell me, you play, you figure out what you think is the answer to this. And keep in mind all of the things that we did before, how we can change by moving the words, how we can change how the game interacts. So I'm really hope that you have enjoyed this game. Like I said, this is available on mobile. It's available directly from the publisher, and I will put that in the links. It's also available on Steam and I think a couple of other game platforms. Price tag is $15. Sometimes you can find this on sale for less than that. The fact is that $15, it's more than 200 levels. I personally thought that's a pretty good price for this game. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've liked the game, please let me know how you liked it when you play it, whether or not you got past this level, which is number 11 in the lakes. If you enjoyed what I've shown you today, put like. If you'd like to know about the next game, of course, hit subscribe. And again, I'm Kimmy Amber. This is Hey Mom, Play This. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.